Well, this Saturday, LSU and Florida play. This is going to be an interesting matchup, guys. But if you haven't, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. And by doing so, it greatly helps out my channel and it helps me grow as a content creator. This is going to be a kind of a pretty interesting game coming up, guys. You have two teams in Florida and LSU. Both teams have the exact same record. They both have 4 wins apiece and 2 losses. And I'm going to just read some stats off for the game, guys. Of course, LSU is coming off a loss to Tennessee, 40-13. LSU couldn't do anything in this game, guys. Offensively, they couldn't get anything going. Uh, I think they muffed a punt early on in the game, and that just sealed the deal for the rest of the things that happened in the game, guys. LSU was never able to get anything going offensively, and Tennessee just completely blowed them out and did whatever they wanted to do. Jaden Daniels in his last game against Tennessee, he threw for 300. He actually threw for 300 yards against Tennessee, and he was able to get a touchdown. He threw it to Keyshawn Booty, and that was the only touchdown pass that he was able to get. And he was also LSU's leading rusher with 38 yards. So LSU has guys like John Emery Jr. and Josh Williams, but Josh Williams was only able to get 10 yards rushing, and John Emery was only able to get 4. So Tennessee did a pretty good job of stopping the run, and like I said, they're coming off a loss. And Florida's coming off a victory against Missouri, and they beat them 24-17. This was kind of a back and forth game as well. Florida was able to hold Missouri scoreless in the first and third quarter, but Missouri played them tough, But Florida was able to get the victory, and in that game, let me see how many yards Anthony Richardson was able to get. Yeah, passing yards. Yeah, Anthony Richardson was only able to get 66 yards passing in this game, guys. He was able to get a touchdown. Ricky Purcell was able to get, the touchdown. So, of course, at running back, Florida has Montrell Johnson, who had got 86 yards and a touchdown in the last game. So, total yardage, Florida was able to get, 297 total yardage. That's not really good. They was only able to get 66 passing and 231 on the ground. So that's going to be interesting going to this matchup. LSU against Tennessee. LSU was able to get 355 total yardage. They was able to get 300 passing, but only able to get 55 rushing. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, guys. Total points per game, LSU is averaging 31.8. Florida is averaging 30.8. So slight edge. It's really identical as far as points per game between both teams. Points allowed, LSU is allowing 19 points a game. Florida is allowing 25.3. So advantage goes to LSU there. Total yardage, LSU is only averaging 428 total yards per game. Florida's averaging 436 yards a game, so the edge goes to Florida. Yards allowed, though, Florida's allowing 412 yards a game. LSU is allowing 328, so LSU has the advantage in that category. So if you were to break down the yardage for Florida, they're allowing 226 yards per game, and they're giving up 186 rushing yards versus LSU is allowing 193 passing yards and 134 rush yards. So judging by, the stats, it seems like LSU has the better defense between the two, but I think Florida has the edge in rushing. And, on the year, Jaden Daniels has 1,215 total yards, passing yards, and 7 touchdowns and 1 interception. He's a dual threat type of guy. He can run and pass. And like I said, he was able to pass the ball, able to get 300 passing yards against Tennessee, but it didn't matter. Tennessee is really, really good, you know, defensively up front, and they're very disruptive. So, he wasn't able to do anything in that game. But Florida, they got guys to get after it too on defense. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Anthony Richardson, he has 1,182 yards with 5 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He's been inconsistent this year, guys. He had one good game. I think that game was against Tennessee. He passed for a lot of yards that game. I can't remember. But I know it was over 300 some passing yards. So he played Tennessee tough. They didn't get the victory. I think Tennessee won 38-35 or something like that. So they played really, really good. It's going to be interesting to see what he does in this game. But at wide receiver, LSU has Malik Neighbors. He has 370 yards and 1 touchdown on the year. Like I said, they also have Kayshon Boutte. So they have 2 good wide receivers. Florida has Justin Shorter. He has 334 yards and 1 touchdown. So these 2 teams are strikingly similar, guys, like as far as, the record, their style of play. Both teams are primarily got 2 quarterbacks that can take off and run the ball. And it seems like both teams, primary attack is rushing. So making a prediction for this game is kind of hard in my opinion. But if I had to give my prediction, I know the game is being played, and I believe it's being played at Florida. So LSU has to travel there. I've seen the spread. The spread has it 2.5 point spread, and they're favoring Florida to get the victory at home. My prediction, like I said, both these teams are similar in, as far as the season has been going, and LSU coming off that, rough, tough loss against Tennessee, and they're going on the road in the swamp, and it's always hard to play in the opponent's stadium. It gets loud, and Florida is a very, very loud stadium, and but the last couple of years, LSU has had Florida's number. I'm predicting LSU to get this win, guys. To me, it's going to come down to quarterback play. I think Jaden Daniels, in my opinion, is the better quarterback at this moment, far as who I trust to be able to win the game. He's very elusive. I know he was just coming off of some type of foot injury or something like that. But he played really well the last game, guys. I think LSU is going to get the victory, though. I think he's going to be more consistent, being able to pass and run. I just don't trust Anthony Richardson at this time. He's been very, very, he hasn't lived up to, in my opinion, being a good quarterback. He seems, to throw a lot of interceptions, and like I said, he has 7 interceptions on. He has more interceptions than he has touchdowns, guys. So, and Jaden Daniels only has 1 interception to his 7. Anthony Richardson has 5 touchdowns with 7 interceptions. So you can't win the game, turn the ball over, and I trust Jaden Daniels to get the victory here. I think LSU bounce back from a tough loss and get the victory on the road in a loud environment. I could be wrong. This game can go either way. Florida can easily win this game as well, but I'm picking LSU to get the victory. But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And once again, guys, if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely be back with more college football content. Thanks, guys, and roll tide.